Alright, let's begin. So we are going to try to do this innkeeper stuff. This one. I think it is in this area. We have not checked yet. Yeah, I was about to go to this area, but I'm like, let me check this place first. Let me grab all the quests. I think we have grabbed those. There are more people here. What the hell is this? Hey man.
Hey. Hello. Are you also wondering why the heck we need them?
What are you talking about?
Lighthouses. Why the hell are Dara and his workers pushing so hard to build the second one? Is one not enough? Is it because one is less than two and less is worse? I mean, two lighthouses next to each other are almost the same as one. And ships don't even sail this way. Two taverns, of course. One for drinking, and the second for when you're already drunk. Ha!
What do you do here?
You can stay here and serve. Sit in the tavern, drink and eat something. If you're looking for an adventure, you'll have to go elsewhere. There's always something happening out in the world. But you know what? Here in the south, everything happens late. It's a big world out there, and a small one right here. Aye, why would they? The waters are treacherous, so no ships. Storms and the weirdness are a deadly combination. Besides, who'd have the time to build or repair them? There are enough problems on the island. We don't need more. Well, not much going on here, as you can see. Things have been a bit different lately, due to the refugees. One was even hanged for theft. But I can't say much more as I wasn't there. If you're interested in the horns, you should visit our museum. You'll learn more about that fella, Swal, or whatever his name is. Aye, it's boring, but at least you don't have to pay to enter. But almost nobody goes there anyway. What do I think? As long as they follow the rules, they can stay. And if they don't, then they can hang. That's all. Folks are saying that there's some other group, probably more dangerous, not so far from here. If they come closer, well, that wouldn't be too good.
That's it.
From a financial standpoint, makes absolutely no sense.
Okay. How do I reach there though? Okay, from that place. We gotta go that place. There's something going down there as well. I am more curious about the bridge, but is there items here? I'm not gonna check every nook and cranny. Okay, this is the tavern. I don't know what that thing is. Maybe that druidic bullshit is there. We can go down too. It's a whole new area. Only accessible from that wooden freaking bridge. Okay, this should be peasants or something.
Tiernan should let you in. Take this medicine to my father, will you? Goban is a loud man. You shouldn't have trouble finding him.
What's in for me?
Seriously? You'll have my eternal gratitude, but nothing more for now. Go on. Take it. Come to me afterwards.
Jesus Christ, I don't care about this guy.
Not Not all keepers have been here their entire life, you know? He got me before he joined the Hordes. Serves me right for wanting to find him, stupid son of a bitch. If only I knew what it would entail. Well, no, of course not. We're not priestesses of the All-Mother. A woman can be an old crone and still devote herself to the All-Mother. But a man's got to have some fight left in him to be a keeper. Old enough to hold a sword, young enough to not break under its weight. We all got different roles around the keep, sure. But at the core, we're warriors. Don't forget that.
Warriors who freaking get their ass beaten by those barbarians or whatever.
Because he received orders not to let any keeper through without a pass. And I don't have one. I've already used mine. Guess what I used it on? That's right. Bringing medicine to my father. When that Egypt gets an order, he's like a priest who stumbled into an archie. He's got a stick up his ass. Nothing gets through him. I don't know. Following my old man here was all I ever wanted. Never sold myself as anything else. Tried picturing myself as a husband, a father once. But, nah. I wouldn't know how to raise a kid. I'd just mess them up. Like father, like son, I guess.
At least you're aware.
Faber doesn't know. And I don't either. So we keep trying. If I had a gold coin for every time someone asked me that, I'd do the damn thing myself. Look, it's Camelot's orders. I get paid to follow them, not to question them. If they want to throw money at us to keep up appearances, that's their problem. I'm not about to stop them. Ah, he used to serve too. In fact, he was the builder before me. Now he's just an old fart angry at the world. But a father is a father, right? We may hate each other, but as long as I can help him, I will. Hence the medicine. Keep your head down.
I don't know about that, I'm not. Is this really a medicine or are you trying to kill the guy? What's going on here?
Oh, mother have mercy. Not another one. If I let you pass, will you promise not to...
This is the stickler for rules.
That's just my luck. Take the post, Tiernan, they told me. You'll be looking after a village full of old farts. That's practically early retirement, they said. What a load of crap. There's always something. If it's not the deck falling apart, it's a refugee running around biting people. Well, to be fair, he only bit one person. But it was a keeper. I know Mahone can be a piece of shit sometimes, but gods. Now both of them are sick. And Haber's got no clue what's wrong. Which is the only reason that refugee isn't dead yet. So he's sitting in a cage. His wife's crying all day and everyone's pissed. Meanwhile, I'm stuck in the middle of it all. No, not really. Fortunately.
You were just saying everything is happening.
No need to tell me that. But I can't just go back to patrolling the walls. I'd be a laughingstock. I'd rather sit here and hope everything works itself out. I mean, everyone's gotta die someday, right? So whether it's me or them, at least my problems will be over. The deck. Just old wood. Honestly, it's the least of my problems. But I've got no way to fix it. Dara's always busy with his lighthouse, and every time I try to do it myself, someone else needs me for something. I can't even sneak out to the tavern because last time some rich bent started complaining that everything here smells of fish. That's a seaside village. What else would it smell of? You do that? I
would be a huge relief. Well, maybe not huge. There are bigger problems, but it'd be a start.
You want more than that?
I don't know why they want it so badly. It's for boats. No one here even uses boats. But, well, you know how it is with old folks. Once they get fixated on something, there's no point in arguing. I'd pay if I could, but this was supposed to be my job. The budget's long gone. But if you're interested, I could teach you a thing or two about home decor.
Home decor, what the fuck?
Standard keeper knowledge, but, well, we all have our secrets.
What are you talking about then?
Surprised? Can't blame you. This might sound odd coming from someone stationed in a glorified fish bucket, but I've got a thing for furniture. The only thing more mismatched than the barracks around here is my career choice.
It is so true.
Our chairs don't walk.
This guy.
Don't look like someone hacked them together with a dull axe and beds. So, well, beds don't feel like they're plotting your murder while you sleep. Not exactly a secret I broadcast. Most folks see me as tearing in their grumble.
I wonder why.
We've all got something that keeps us sane, right? Mine just happens to be daydreaming about nicer chairs. Oh, she's a real piece of work, that one. Her name's Lady Elisa. Something. I don't remember. She came here with her husband. Poor man. You never heard him get a word in. You know, sometimes I regret not getting married. But if I had a wife like her, I'd just end up being a keeper all over again.
That's it.
See you around.
I guess so. Okay, let's head to this fucking village. Dun 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 dun. There are some people there before we're heading down there. Refugees?
Still here, still breathing.
This is the village? Holy shit, this place sucks. This must be for the refugees, right? It's a refugee camp. It's kinda why it sucks. Who the hell are you?
Come to put me on the edge. Sorry. Just a bit of grim humor. You know, about what's been happening here. Such a mess, isn't it? Cola's alright, and Beatrice, what a shame. Such a fine girl. Anyway, I'm Ellis. Nice to meet you. What do you need?
Is this guy involved or something?
I'm Ellis. Goldsmithing is my life and passion. And between you and me, I feel like I'm losing my mind without it.
Oh shit, you can teach me stuff?
To make beautiful things.
The blacksmith was asking for someone.
Light into this wretched world. I wish I was somewhere where I could just do some goldsmithing, but I'm a bit scared. So, here I am, sitting on my ass in some village listening to waves and the screams of seagulls and old men. Nothing to write home about, even if I still had one. I was working as a goldsmith in a group of, let's call them business people.
Business people?
I was once traveling with a caravan that got attacked by him. Their chief was a smart guy. The moment he heard I was a goldsmith, he knew what to do with me. He got me converting all the jewelry in the stall into new pieces. Do you want to hear what I did once? We went to Timberwall. The gang wanted to rob some merchant's house. We holed up in a seedy tavern and waited for the right moment. Then, one night they broke in. Came back with a whole load of trinkets. Beautiful stuff. The moment I saw it all, I instantly knew what I wanted to craft. They gave me a couple of days. I tinkered for a bit, and then Ta-da! Brand new merchandise. After I was finished, I dressed myself all nice. Went to that merchant's house and went,
You sold those to them?
"Sir, I'm a goldsmith. My work is renowned in all of Camelot. Would you be
You piece of shit.
You know what he said? Of course I would. That nonce bought the entire lot. I inflated the prices like a street peddler. And when I came back, the others couldn't believe their eyes. I thought I was gonna keep
Nice one. Yeah, that sounds fun.
that.
That sounds fun. Won't you teach me the goldsmithing though?
I'll be alone today. I've already told you I'm not going anywhere. If you want something from me, then
Who the hell are you?
I don't know you. I'm Dugald. You're not one of us. And you're not a local either. You could have chosen a better time to come here. Kind of poor ambience, if you know what I mean.
This is not the old one, right?
We have a roof over our heads. My boy Frank and I came here with the others. We left our village because we had to. Well, I had to. But Frank is a good lad, so he came with me. I took him in, you know. Found the poor sod at the mill, sleeping in the hay. He was chilled to the bone back then. But I could tell he'd be a strong lad once he thawed out. He used to help out on the farm. He's young, but he already has a couple of tattoos. Tribal ones. Means he must have been cast out of the Del Rita. At first, the people in our village gave him dirty looks. But then they realized he wasn't a bandit. He was a good, hard-working kid. Then they started to treat him as one of their own.
How did that all work out in the end?
Frank is a quiet boy, and he doesn't talk much about himself. I feel like those days with the reader are long buried for him. Almost like he never lived them. Roscree. Few shacks and a small field of grain. I was a miller back there. My daughter married a good, hard-working man. Eventually, I gave them the mill. Still helped around, but wanted to let the young folks learn how to work there. Then this kid, Frank, came along. Everything seemed to be going pretty well. Of course, something happened. Life can't just be bearable. Oh no. Everything has to get screwed up somehow. That's the way it goes in this cursed land. My dear Trina and her bairn. They got caught by a weird beast. I started to hit the bottle and finally, my son-in-law kicked me out. I left Roscree. And so did Fran. He says he has some kind of life debt. And he won't leave me alone until one of us drops dead. I'm sorry too. To be honest, I'm a bit confused about what's going on. Usually it was me who yelled at everyone, and now I feel like a drudge. And this nasty thing with Col. Poor lad.
Everybody's talking about this for some reason.
He and Beatrice got along very well. Let me tell you something. When I saw all these wrinklies around here, I thought this place would suit me.
Wrinklies.
I suspect we won't stay here long.
Do you wanna stay here long, dude? Look at this fucking place. Who the hell are you? You are that guy.
Frank lessons. Conquer. Wolf. Strong. Important name. Not seen in the south for a long time. Must be dead. A place without a leader. As I see it, I will finally fall apart. One way or another.
Bro, you have lived your entire life with these people. Why are you speaking like you're not one of them? You should be like a normal villager at this point. You look like you have just gotten to this place like 2-3 years ago or something.
There are no tales about a place that survived without a strong leadership. And it's not about kings, nobleshites, or chieftains. Titles are just words that pull the wool over a man's eyes. What's needed is a strong soul with a strong name. And their names mean as much as Frang's, which is to say, nothing. Now they're a bit like Frang, strays with no home. But Threes is strong, despite what happened with Cole. Ellis, he's funny. I like him. Rawson, I know nothing about her. And Dugald, a man who became Frank's father. He has my gratitude. Don't bother. Frank never met the keepers, but the unnamed boy did. Once, a few of them, many years ago, we thought. The unnamed boy survived even though he showed fear. Should it do that? The keepers approached the camp of the boy's people, but that past does not belong to Frang. I'm Frang. I'm not from anywhere. Frang is attached to nowhere. I found a home with Dugald. I owe him a life debt. Frang was never a dull reader. Not without a name. Without a name, you are nobody in the tribe. Like me. And if that lasts too long, you must leave. I left and became Frang. Frang. A name, and not a name. Nothing happened to Frang. A stray, taken in by a miller. That's all. Frang cannot be a dull riada. His mother was. But the tribe decided that he was not worthy of a name. That is why he's not of the tribes.
Okay. I don't think there's anything that we can steal here. Shame there is no quest either. Okay. I think we have talked to everybody anyways. Let's get out of here. Hold on, you are new.
My poor Morris. I hope he's surviving out there. Do you need help settling in, dear? This isn't the best day to start a new life in this place, but we don't always get to choose, do we? What a nasty business with that boy. I'm almost glad my Morris isn't here for this. He's such a bleeding heart. I'm sorry, dear. I hope I didn't offend you. I'm still not used to all this. You see, I was born in Little Grove and thought I would live out the rest of my life there, working in the orchards in the mornings and drinking warm cider with my beloved in the evenings. We never wanted to see the world. I guess sometimes the world doesn't give us a choice, does it? Little Grove was raided by bandits, a local gang that had been terrorizing the area for months, growing in numbers with each raid. Their leader, Bald Kate they called her, somehow got hold of a branding iron used to mark outlaws. After pillaging a village, she'd brand some men and women of her choosing. That way, Kate made sure nobody would ever help them, and that they'd have no choice but to turn to her if they wanted to survive.
That's fucked up.
Morris used to be a skilled tanner. I guess that's why she picked him. Yes, I asked him to. He wanted to run with me, but he was still feverish after the branding. I was worried he'd die on the road. Now, I don't have many kind words for Kate, but she doesn't like her efforts to go to waste. As long as he stayed, she'd make sure he was healed. I hated leaving him there, and I hate to think of what she's making him do, but I hope he's at least still alive.
That's it.
Look at me, love. I'm just an old woman. I've lived a quiet life, never learned any skills Kate would find useful. She has no need for useless mouths to feed. And Morris, well, he didn't want me to stay anyway. He said we'd find our way back to each other, but I'm starting to fear we'll have to wait for another life. Of course I did, right after I got here. The only answer I got was that they're aware of the bandit problem and are dealing with it.
I guess we will deal with this.
It is always shut, and the keepers are forbidden to leave. So, I've got no hope there.
Fine, I guess we will help you.
From what I've heard, they decided to stay in Little Grove for a while. Drinking my cider to the last drop, no doubt. Not like they have to worry about the authorities. The only ones we saw were the Camelot tax collectors that came by once a year. Other than that, not a uniform in sight since I was a little girl. Oh, Mother bless you, my dear. That's all I can ask for. Please, let me know as soon as you learn anything.
Okay.
Oh, I'm not sure, love. I don't move around too much. I just heard about that fight with the road keeper, and now poor Cole's locked up in a cage. Him and Patrice make such a lovely young couple. They remind me of Morris and me when we were their age. At first, it wasn't so bad, but now it gets worse every day. We just sit around here, doing nothing. Don't get me wrong, we have food, we have a roof over our heads, and we're grateful for that. But no one trusts us enough to let us do any work. None of us wants to be a freeloader, as they call us. I wouldn't mind a task or two to earn my keep, and
That is your problem? Really?
I might not be all hale and hearty, but I've still got two good hands, which is more than you can say about some of the codgers living here.
That is your problem? You don't work? You have like a house, you are getting free food and everything, and your problem is not working? Oh, these people. These freaking people. I cannot believe them. There are other people here. Let's talk to the main area, not the refugee area. We're getting some quests. Okay, this is the guy and his wife. What the fuck's happening here? Oh, he's out of it.
What do you want? To gawk at the beast? Well, I'll have to disappoint you. My Cole is not the monster you all believe him to be.
He literally bites someone, dude.
Oh, really? And what exactly did he tell you? That the man in the cage is a monster? That he deserves death? No? Cole isn't like that. This isn't who he is.
What the fuck happened then?
He's poisoning his mind and soul. I don't know what it is, or why it happened to Cole. But now we're all at the mercy of those damned keepers. One evening there was a quarrel between our group, the villagers, and one of the keepers. They'd had a bit too much to drink and let some comments slip. They hurled insults at us, saying there's no place for us here, that we should just get the hell out of here because things are hard for everyone. Hard? Sure. I bet that bunch of wimps wouldn't last a week outside. All they do is sit in that keep of theirs, thinking they're the defenders of justice. Well, Cole went mad. I've never seen him like that before. He attacked that keeper and bit him. It was serious, but the keeper survived. If it weren't for the other men from the village, things could have ended very differently. Afterwards, they chained Cole up and locked him in a cage. His condition started to worsen. They said a monster like him doesn't deserve a jail cell. Jail cells are for humans. Bastards. This might sound silly, but before we reached the keep, we came near a strange structure. The locals call it the Arch Spire. In the morning, we realised everyone had a strange dream, but it was a little different for each of us. Cole started acting weird after that, and in time it only got worse. I was in a strange place. Dark, full of fog, eerie. I was trying to find him. I called out, but no one answered. I was alone in the night, and then I kept falling, and falling, and falling. And then I woke up. No, only that, well, it didn't make much sense. But he was convinced that something bit him. He kept checking. It must have been some bug. Something changed by the weirdness. That must have caused his fever, his insanity. Well, it was pretty typical. We started a fire and threw some cobwebs into it. Frank brought them back from one of his treks. That boy could always find them somehow. It was our protection from the night and the weirdness. Ellis was on watch that day, but from what he told us, he eventually fell asleep. We were lucky no one slit our throats. We set up camp near the Arch Spire. We hoped that bandits wouldn't dare to venture into a place like that. Well, now I know why we could have been right. With everything that's been happening lately, I'm ready to believe in every strange thing in this world.
Okay. Another quest unlocked. That's pretty dope. I don't know what the hell happened there. Damn, this village straight out of freaking... what was it? Bloodborne? This is the tavern. Huh. Are you the old man? Yeah.
Look at this. The old place is in a shambles. Bunch of decrepit old coots. They do nothing but shuffle around, stare at walls, and sleep under leaking roofs. Can't even hammer a nail properly. I'm telling you, if I was still working here, this place wouldn't be falling apart. Ah, but I'm not. Oh, shite. I can't even stand to look at it, let alone live here. And who are you? What you want? You another one of Durar's freeloaders?
I shot your trap.
Knew it. Retirement my arse. It's shit. Never a moment of peace. At least when I was still working, there was always something to do. Now, so, what you want? One day, my boy got it into his stupid head that old Gaban is ill. Bullshit. They're all telling me I should do something about it, or else I'm done for. I'll be dead as a doornail in no time. Ha! Like hell I will. I'm still here, ain't I? I've served my time. I've lived me life. And now you can all kiss my ass. So there. Peace and quiet. Good one. I'll only have my peace and quiet when I'm finally dead. And that ain't gonna happen soon. At least when I'm with Finley, I don't need to listen to his nagging. Listen, they wanted Heber, that healer from the keep, to come here. He did. They wanted him to look me over. He did. Then he just threw up his hands, mumbled something to himself, and that was it. Hell, I should have been an healer. Wouldn't mind going around being a pain in everyone's arse for a living. These herbs. No idea what they're for. Heber said he doesn't know what's wrong with me, so there's no illness. I'm fit as a fiddle. Ah, good thing that at least the one guy who hangs around, Finley's the name, doesn't nag me all the time. Yeah, right. He'd better focus on his job. Curious, aren't you? Fetch me a drink and we'll see about it.
Sure.
Ah,
So, what was your question? You see, back in the day, being a keeper was a serious... Now, don't even get me started. You used to come here with a mission, not to run away from your bloody mother. Nowadays, lads get brought here by their own kin when they've had enough of them, or they think the Orns can hide them from the law. No, back in my day there was none of this scum. I came here to serve. My girl cried when I left her, but I've always known this is where I wanted to be. How was I supposed to know she had a bloody bun in the oven? By the time the wean was born, I was already planning the lighthouse's construction. Heck knows what he came here for. That's not my problem anymore, and I don't stick my nose in anyone else's business. Oh, so many questions. How about a drink first, and then we'll talk?
Jesus Christ, how many do you need?
So, what was your question? I'm starting to like you, stranger. And trust me, it's been a long time since I liked, well, anybody. I liked me brothers in arms back in my glory days. Good lads, every damn one of them. Tough as nails, loyal to a fault. A kind of men you'd want beside you in the darkest holes of Avalon. But they're gone now, all of them. The old captain got it in his head to send us down to rediscover some mouldy tunnels under the keep. Damn fool mission that was. We went in together, but I was the only one to come back out. I can still see all their faces.
No wonder this guy is so fucked up.
A hard loss it was, but I'm still here. Oh, some days I wonder why. Why all the poking around? Get me something to drink, and we'll talk.
Sure, drink my stolen drinks then.
So, what was your...
Will you be able to talk at this point? You are so fucking drunk by now.
Well, me and the lads went down there to check if we could repurpose them under the Orns. Damn fool mission that was. But here wasn't just some empty caves. There were monsters, straight out of Age of Legends. Sick stuff. Stuff to get under your skin. Looked like... hell. Memory's all twisted up now. Like a bloody nightmare mixed with shadows that don't belong. Want to know more? Speak with Fergus. He's in charge of this shit show now. Now, I propose a toast to those lost souls. This one's on me.
Sure.
Peace, you say. Problem is, sometimes I think they never died. They haunt me in my dreams, you know. Bloody bastards. I swear I wanted to go back and retrieve their bodies. But our late captain, like Grindelows piss on his grave, forbade me from going back. Though when I drink, I usually pass out, and then I don't remember my dreams. So, I drink. My brothers deserved better.
Okay, we got EXP on shit.
See their faces. Just gone.
I can't ask the other stuff. You don't talk much? Well, that's why he's not nagging at him. I think that's all he will do. They fought, huh? This is interesting. Work related. Okay.
Never thought I'd be the last one left, you know?
That's shitty. What the fuck happened to you? You're beaten up. You can't talk to you. Let's steal some stuff from the houses. Give me drinks. I'll just take all the bottles I want. Cool. 23. It's the same place, right? Milk is good. Wolfsbane or something, yeah. Okay, let's get into the tavern and talk to these guys. Nope. Bro, why the fuck you are not wearing decent clothes? What's wrong with these people? You guys are like a freaking town. At a freaking, you know, at the coast. There are going to be merchants, you like it or not. During daylight, can we still shine? Nope. Okay, let's talk to you, but I wanna talk to other people first. Who are you, dude?
Another refugee. This place is already crawling with...
Bro, look at my clothes. Do I look like a refugee to you?
After a feast. In my day, you only saw old, familiar faces round here. And maybe we didn't all love each other. But a local is a local. It was easier to share with others. Even when you didn't have much.
I need some food, that's what I want.
That's so. Fine. Whatever you say. But yeah, I can see that you don't really look like one of them.
No shit.
Just passing through then. Shame it had to be now. Not so long ago, we just sat down and had a drink with the rest of the lads. Now I come here alone.
You sad fucks, dude, every one of you.
You asking me? They came here and made themselves at home. I ain't talking to any of them. Orderly. No damn rabble begging at the gates and eating us at a house and home. Yeah, back then, sure. Civilians came and went. But housing them, feeding them? We had a rule. No freeloading. But I guess that went out the window, along with our pride. It used to mean something to be a keeper. You could come in off the streets and keepers would make a man out of you. Now, bunch of spoiled lordlings sold off to Brandon by their daddies for a bag of gold. Treated like they're made of glass. Soft. Weak. The lot of them. What's there to be proud of? You watch your damn mouth. We did everything we could. I've said it before. We need a whole damn army to keep this region in check. And besides, how do you know these leeches are even telling the truth? Every village wiped out. Just like that? Give me a break. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Do you see anything interesting around here? There's this tavern, and plenty of fish in the sea. Decent place to retire, but not much else. Well, if you're looking to sightsee, try the sunken village. Just don't let the locals tear you to shreds. I don't know, but you could put something on the table, and then maybe we can talk.
No freeloader, son of a fucker. 5 wealth, 5 gold. Given alcohol that I have stolen.
Thank you. We used to come here. Me, Berg and Fedley. But lately something's gotten into Berg. And it all kinda fell apart. Hell knows what happened. One day he just stopped talking to us. We went to his house to get him. But he only cursed a blue streak at us. Say, mate, do you feel like talking to an old obla? I feel bad for him, but I've got no more patience. And Finley. Let's just say Finley's no good at this stuff.
Sure.
Now you're talking. Ever since he got so maudlin, Berg usually says something I see. Let me know what's wrong with him. Get moving then.
Who the hell are you?
Excuse me, could you get me a clean glass? And I mean clean, not just wiped 3 times with a dirty rag. My name is Alyssa Murray, and I'm here with my husband, a very important cloth merchant. But surely you must have heard about our family. Not to brag, but we are rather prominent. I am famed amongst Camelot's courtiers for throwing the most magnificent feasts. Well, my Duncan is here on business, of course. A very important contract with the Lightkeepers. I decided to accompany him because I have never been to the south, and I've heard so much about its wild, untamed beauty. So far, it's turned out to be terribly dull. And the smell! It's like stale fish and sweat. Hopefully I don't have to suffer it much longer. Pray, tell me, do you know anyone here who would run a small errand for me?
What do you want?
Oh, of course. You know, I've always found talking about money so distasteful. But needs must, I suppose. Don't worry, you'll be handsomely rewarded. Oh, nothing major.
You want drugs or something?
I had my eye on this beautiful abandoned estate overlooking the sea. It's not very far from here, but it's far enough away from all this rabble. If we stay here for a while, I need a place for myself. You understand, right? No offense, but I can't keep living in a filthy room at an inn.
That place is better, really?
I asked the innkeeper to draw me a bath. He brought me a bucket. A bucket! Can you imagine? Fine. The problem is that the manor appears to have some occupants, not legal ones, mind you, who need to be evicted. Forcibly, if there's no other way. Won't you, dear? Splendid! I can't wait to start decorating. Maybe something nautical, to go with the sound of the waves crashing on the cliffs? Or do you think that's a trifle trite?
Can I not talk to you?
Hello, child. You look competent enough.
You want a quest?
Not of noble blood. Oh, no need to tell me that. I've been children of aristocrats from all over Avalon. Fortunately for you, my opinion of them is not particularly high. Oh, and you don't look like one of the locals. Are you a visitor? Or an adventurer?
What do you want? What does it do?
Ah, you can talk. Now, I'm sure we'll get along. My name is Lady Elaine. I oversee the Farshire Library, the greatest collection of books in this part of Avalon.
I bet.
By the All-Mother, don't tell me you don't know what Farshire is. The largest duchy in the middle of the island. Is Lady Kincaid in power? Who has a hold over the entire territory? Nothing? Oh, really? I know, child. I know. Everyone was surprised. Camelot turned up their noses at this for years. But after Lord Kincaid died and Aidan, Lady Kincaid's son, disappeared, the nobles of Farshire decided she could stay on the throne. Even if Aidan had been alive, she would still be ruling as a regent until he came of age. But between you and me, he wasn't a very bright boy. So she would have been ruling until her death anyway. Oh, we're lucky to have her. Difficult times require determined leaders. Worse than ever. Oh, the wordness is thickening, and the roads are getting dangerous and unpredictable. That's why I'm here, wandering Avalon looking for solutions. If I don't do, who? You're probably wondering what a feeble old lady who can't even lift a sword could possibly accomplish. But King Arthur didn't conquer Avalon just because he couldn't swing a blade. He had knowledge and enough wisdom to know how to use it.
Is that why you are wasting your time here?
But, oh, Mother's mercy, I am her tutor. She cannot dictate what I do, no matter her standing.
She has that teacher complex. I know better than her bullshit.
Do you mean a family? Time for such trifles. No suitor was ever more interesting than a good book, nor did any of them smell better either. And I've raised enough of other people's children to never wish for my own. Oh, surprising. I'm looking for someone who will help me find a certain artifact. So, are you interested, child?
I am.
In one of my books, I found a reference to a certain object, a figure most likely, which had the ability to dispel the wordness like a min-hair can. Apparently, it
America can do that.
called Andraste, which sank over 100 years ago somewhere in
Jesus Christ. Are you joking?
the Voyage of the Andraste by Elvis the Lightkeeper. He was one of the more notable keepers. In his waning years, he became an adjutant to Captain Lex. But it's best if you read it yourself. You can read, can't you? But just be very careful. This is a very rare publication. Read it very carefully, and after you're done, come to me, and I'll tell you more. A deal?
Fine.
And they say young people don't want to learn anything. Go on, chop, chop, chop. Get to reading.
What is this crap? This long? To this day, the mere memory of it makes me shiver and think that all of this was, and maybe still lurking so close to the horns of the south. Okay, what the fuck happened? Get to the point. I was raised from my musings by a roaring sound, almost like a clap of thunder. It knocked me off my feet, flinging me at the mast like a rag doll. It took a while for me to realize that something had hit the bottom of the ship, something huge. Water flooded the deck, people were running around screaming. You had no idea. this time port side. That was when I saw her. Every sailor in the south has heard stories about the terror from deep, and there she was. Her scale body gleamed before my eyes for only a moment, but it was a sight I will never forget as long as I live. Sure. So just a sea monster. Cool. Yeah.
Oh, splendid, splendid. Oh, it's an excellent book, don't you think?
Are you fucking kidding me, Taste?
Comprehension? According to Elvis the Lightkeeper, in the mine near the Horns of the South, they found something that they took with them on the ship.
Nope, I didn't read that. I skipped that part.
And you're telling me you've read it by the order.
Give me a break, woman. Give me a fucking break. You fucking bitch. Just tell me. What the fuck is wrong with you? Now I have to find your dumbass book. Fuck have you found? Form and figure. Okay, it's just a fucking figure.
Have you read?
Yes, yes.
According. That's right. The artifact I'm looking for. One that might be vital to repelling the wordness.
Oh, you're a dumbass.
Description. The figure is smaller than a menhir, and light enough that they were able to carry it to the ship without any trouble. Were it small, probably have been placed in Captain Lex's quarters instead of in the hold. I've estimated it should be about 1 meter tall. Good. Next question.
Jesus Christ.
The Andraste's destiny.
I don't know. I didn't read it.
And you're telling me.
Jesus fucking Christ, I'm not reading it.
Good. That's good. What? Have you read the?
I'm about to kill this fucking bitch.
That's good. What?
I am about to kill this fucking bitch. You motherfucker.
Good. What? Correct. What I'm about to tell you. But some believe that the Red Priests are dedicated to studying the wordness instead of the Red Death. Captain Lex must have thought they'd pay him generously for a four-dweller artifact. Last question. What sank the Andraste?
Your mom?
Yes, you did well, child. I see that you were paying attention.
Certain
The Andraste was sunk by the legendary terror from the deep. But if you want to know more, ask your keeper friends. They should be much better informed. Now, all you need to do is find the wreck of the Andraste and retrieve the missing.
How much you are paying? Why should I bring that back to you? I would rather bring it to the Red Hoods or whatever.
If only I knew. It must have happened somewhere on the way between the Horns of the South and the Island Asylum. Oh, but where exactly? Fortunately, I know something that could help us. In the Horns of the South Museum, there are some extremely interesting books and documents lying around and collecting dust. Can you imagine having such treasures at hand and choosing to completely ignore them? Oh, barbarians. Among them, you'll find the Andraste's logbook, which was saved by Elvis. I've read it, of course, but I know nothing about sailing. I'm sure such a competent child as yourself will handle it much better.
What's the reward?
Read the logbook and then tell me whether you managed to locate the wreck of the Andraste.
You see that? Not one, but two noble ladies in a tavern tonight. That's a rare sight around here. I saw 'em. You don't see their kind much in places like this. Makes you wonder what brings 'em down here.
One's Lady Elaine, a scholar from Farshire. Thought about talking to her, but I'd probably just make an ass of myself.
Elaine, eh? Yeah, she's known for her smarts. Better keep your mouth shut around her, unless you want to feel about as sharp as a blunt axe.
And the other one, Lady Elisa. Not as smart as Elaine, but she's certainly posh. Got the airs of royalty without the smarts to back it up.
Ha! Elisa, yeah. She's got the looks, but don't expect her to be cracking any books. Doesn't need to. Not with that Duncan by her side. Though from what I've seen, they don't seem to like each other all that much.
Yeah, I've noticed. They sit together but act like strangers. Makes you wonder why they even bother.
Probably all for show. I reckon Duncan's got his own problems. But Elisa, she's too wrapped up in herself to notice.
Okay, are you guys done with the thingy?
Did you hear about the case? Looks like the lads aren't too happy about it.
Yeah, but you know Fergus. He's got a stick up his ass. Only knows how to follow orders like a good little soldier. He's so uptight, he probably agrees with the captain. Thinks it's all necessary precautions and the like.
Speaking of precautions, what's all this talk I'm hearing about the weirdness creeping in? People are getting jumpy.
Ah, the weirdness. Got folks scared, all right. Used to be old stories to spook the young ones. But now, even the tougher lads are starting to believe there's more to it.
If the weirdness thing's real, we've got bigger problems than a lockdown.
Aye, and Fergus better pull that stick out of his ass and start focusing on the real threats, or we're all done for.
Maybe you should fucking move. You fucks. Okay, let me steal shit. I think this might increase my sneaking, that's why I'm crouching. Is this empty bottle? Cider. Ale. Okay. That's about that. What about this one? There's a chest. Cool. Medium. Shit. $75. Hey, that's pretty dope. That's pretty fucking dope. I'll certainly take it. Apple. Nothing in here. Cabbage. Oh, love me some cabbage. I think there is at least one more. Okay, another chest. No. More cider, more ale. More spirit. Okay, another chest actually. 75 more. Wow, stealing is really good in this here. You got so many alcohol. And thanks to that, you can make bunch of potions. It's great. Okay. Cider, ale, onions. Okay, let's drop some of the garbage that's heavy. Like this one. Five though. It's too heavy. We are good. Alright, let's go up. No one is in here and there's a fucking chest. Hell yeah, it's a stash. Okay, I can put my shit here, which I do want to. Stuff I will not use. These can stay, I guess. Whatever. Alright. There's wine. More spirit. More spirit. Wine. Lovely. It's time to do some alchemy soon. After we are done getting all the quests, this should be the last part. Talk to these two. Is there anything here? This is the place we came from, I think. Let's talk to them. Talk to the innkeeper after that.
Noel, what if I pulled Excalibur from that bloke, but only at the tip? Would I still get to be king or not?
You're so daft, right? Some magical lass living in a lake gave the king the sword when he broke his own bashing four-armed skulls.
So, the one in the stone, what's that called? It's not Excalibur, is it?
Nah, the one in the stone was called, don't know. Sword in the stone, I guess.
Sod it, whatever. So, if I pulled the sword in the stone from the stone, and it broke, but only a little, would I still get to be king?
What? No. You'd have to pull out all of it. Only the one who pulls out the sword gets to be king, yeah? Not the one who pulls out the lid of the sword.
Why, but if you have a sword and it breaks, do you...
Okay, enough of this garbage.
Or give a piece of the sword?
Beer from Cunach, wine from Farshire, moonshine, only local, the best there is. And fish, lots and lots of fish. What's your poison? You mean the old pier? Well, first of all, it's not that old. Benedin was already the captain when it was built. Why is it called that? Don't know. Probably because of all those old folks around. A lot has been happening here lately. Plenty of new faces. I definitely can't complain. I'm finally running a proper tavern. People come and go and the regulars drink as usual. As it should be. Daddy will be proud. Hey, not here, obviously. You won't see your old man here unless your name's Dara. Mine sent me here because he hoped I'd make something out of my life. He never wanted me to pour a beer and look at the same tired mugs day in, day out, but as it turns out, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. I got mauled by a weird beast during a hunt, and after that, the captain decided I wasn't any good for active service, so he sent me here. I was bored out of my mind, and since there wasn't one here, I decided to start a tavern. At least I'm not as bored anymore. No, I don't recall anything like that. No, listen. I don't know what's going on, but I doubt any of the keepers had anything important on them. Half of them couldn't tell the quartermaster's seal from a pile of horse dung someone stepped on. But that means... no. Impossible. What if... holy moonshine. I remember. City World.
It was Sigibald who left those documents behind. I've no idea how you found out about it. Sigi, he's dead. Taken by a fever. Aye, of course I have. I didn't just throw them in some cabinet. I was afraid they'd fall into the wrong hands. He was a good man. I wouldn't get rid of my only memento of him. Here, after what you said, I assume you'll make good use of them. Even though I'm still not sure.
Okay, let's talk to the quartermaster then, rather than that guy.
Well, he died like he lived, with a tankard in his hand. The boys always said Sigi was a friend worth 5 others. And he was. He was a prankster like no other. Once, he slipped a rotten egg into the quartermaster's dinner. Never a dull moment with him, that's for sure. No problem. Listen, if by some miracle you really talked with Sigibald, please give him my warm regards. I don't understand anything anymore.
Will I learn these foods? That's important. 120, 120. I kinda wanna buy all of them, but they are fucking expensive, honestly. I think I should buy them one, right? Buy one of them. I hope this will let me learn the recipe. How much is the spirit? 20 per. That's a lot. Okay. I cannot steal this, right? That's a lot of wine. Lockpick. Can I actually do this? No. It's a lot of wine. Maybe I can wait until night or something. Let's deal with this woman's quest first. Where is that quest hub? Okay. Is this around? Yeah, it's around. Have I eaten those or something?
What? What? How dare you?
It's not me.
Of those flowers in that configuration.
Nope. How, why the fuck would I know?
Revenge. Revenge, deception, and death. There's nothing nice about it, and I don't know if he did it on purpose or if he's just an idiot. But trust me, it's not.
How the fuck that guy knows it?
Thank you. For them. You are from nowhere. Just like me.
Yeah, I don't know why the fuck that guy did that.
Take those flowers away. Burn them. Throw them in a cauldron. Whatever. I don't want to look at them. Oh, right. I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Beatrice. As for me and Cole, well, we left Ree hoping to find a quiet place to rest for a bit. We planned to travel the King's Road toward Camelot. Well, here we are. We've found our bloody Camelot. Cole is locked up and all I can do is shed bitter tears. Each of us has a different story. Some wanted to seek their fortune elsewhere, like me and Cole. Some had to flee their homes because of bandits pillaging their villages, or because of the weirdness. Ree could be one of those places by now. There's so much turmoil in this world. People can suddenly lose themselves. becoming a danger to those they once loved.
Man, these people are not reading their lines right. Half of them. Not half of them, but this is the second time it's happening, right?
2 or 3 weeks ago, things were starting to get difficult. The supplies we brought with us were running low. A larger group of people is always helpful. There's always someone to talk to and share the work with. But it also means more mouths to feed and more worries to deal with. It's not easy. Yeah, we grew up there. The village was built around a trade. Parents ran a tavern that stood right by the road. We had a good life. We lacked for nothing. That was before the damned grubwood started spitting out monsters. More caravans disappeared into the night. People were telling stories that grew more horrifying by the day. In the end, taking that route meant certain death. Yeah. I doubt I'll ever see him again. I don't think there's anything worth going back for. The same thing that will happen to every place on this godforsaken island. Ruin. We used to have generous clientele. Merchants and emissaries from all over Avalon. They had deep pockets, always left lots of gold. But that changed. Then our only income came from the villagers, who were getting drunker and poorer by the day. That was always our plan. Col and I never wanted to stay there forever. Beatrice and Cole from the village of Ree, that wasn't us. Be careful out there.
That's about it. There's another quest. We gotta talk to the crazy guy. We gotta talk to the house thing, right? No, not unrest the location right now. Let's check this one. It is this one. No, it's way over there. Okay, let's not do it right now. Yeah, this is the one. Where the hell are you, dude? Huh? Do I have to wait? I guess I do.
Buy something. Unless you've already bought from Orla. Then just bugger off. I wouldn't mind knowing that myself. She stole a lucrative business contract out from under me and my family. Then made herself at home here. Damn those Timberwall merchants. Everyone's always yammering about Timberwall. Timber this, timber that. Bugger them all. Remember, good business, only with Quanacht. Fair prices, no bullshit. Yes, Quanacht. From a merchant family, to be specific. Though I've always wanted to join the Royal Geographers. To chart the uncharted. But I broke my leg, badly enough that I couldn't travel anymore. You've never heard of them? They're a guild of explorers, dating back to the Age of Legends. They travel across Avalon, documenting all the lost and forgotten places, crawling through hidden caves, discovering old ruins. That's what LSA and I dreamed of, though only one of us got to live it. Well, a friend from back home. It was a long time ago. We were both snot-nosed kids who didn't know any better. We'd run around Connacht, drawing maps of every corner we could find. And on the farms, LSA insisted on marking every stone in the fields. My mother used to get on my ass for wasting so much paper and charcoal. Good times. She got in with the geographers, started running errands for them. Well, it was right after my accident. I might have acted a bit rashly. Said some things I shouldn't have. You know how it goes. We stopped talking, and then she left Connacht. Haven't seen her since.
Are we supposed to find her?
First thing I did when I arrived was ask the locals what this village is called. And they just said, wait for it, the village. There's also a sunken village nearby. So I asked them what that one was called, and they said, the sunken village. So I asked what it was called before it was flooded, and they said, the village. How do you even work with it? Long enough to know what sells. Not that I'd mind having a wider selection of goods, you know. Some more options on offer. But people here don't need much, so what you see is all I have. Then there's the refugees. For now, I guess they're good business. But long term, doubt it. Sooner or later they'll run out of money. They don't have any way to earn it since no one wants them here. They'll get kicked out, or they'll just leave and not come back. But there'll be others around to keep the businesses running, more or less. Pursue potential customers. Listen here, pal. Clearly you don't understand how trading works in a place like this.
Listen here, pal.
But here, it's the potential customer who needs to pursue the vendor. And that vendor decides to sell to them or not. It's the vendor who makes the decision, not the other way around. How many people here do you think are offering to exchange goods for coins? I'll tell you, not bloody many. Yeah, Orla, a woman merchant from the keep. Go on, try giving her. I bet she'll just shortchange you and call it a day. She has no wit and no finesse when it comes to trading.
Holy cow, you have nothing, dude. You actually have nothing. Are you selling fish to the fishers? The fisherman? Oh. Wow. Lockpicks are always useful though. And I have no gold anymore. Yes, you won't buy this shit? Man, stolen money is not selling, huh? Stolen stuff is not selling. Here, total of 8 golds. Cannot, he's watching me. Okay. Just chill there. Don't turn around. Huh? Oh shit, you realized. Okay, let's not steal the fish then. Fine by me. Alright, let's cook. Cool. Venison stew. Cool. Can I make more of it? This shit makes no sense, so I actually wanted to do this a little bit more, but I guess we gotta rest. I just rest here. Okay, we gotta talk to you, right?
The crown jewel of these lands. We had barely laid the foundations of Tainted Grail when Seawall and his men had already built a lighthouse, eager to guide our ships to them. He always had a competitive spirit. Of course, it helped that he took every sailor from the homelands with him, along with a handful of knights, so they could learn from one another. And thus, the Keepers of the South were formed. I decreed that every sworn keeper would stand as an equal to a Knight of the Round Table. I doubt they still honor that law. But I am glad to see the keepers grown. In my time, there was only a lighthouse and barracks.
That's it? Okay. So into like 10 or something. Where's this guy?
What do you want? Who are you? Huh. Guess he's got nobody else to get pissed with. Finley never liked drinking alone with him. Titan tends to get into one of his moods. And? What? That's all? You're bothering me just because that old rascal is sitting alone in the inn with nobody to natter to. You people, bugger off.
Okay. Damn, that's a redhead. That's bright as fuck. Not something recent. What that means? Mark place on the map? What the fuck is happening? Okay, that's close. Is this me? That's me. Where's the marketplace on the map? I don't see any marketplace, dude. Are you joking? You want me to go all the way there for this random ass quest? I don't think so. Where is this thing? That's all the way over there as well. That's lovely. Where is this? It is... Huh? Holy cow, that's way up. This is there too. We are certainly going to get to this place. 1%. Jesus, that's all the way there too. I thought that was close. Nothing close. Okay, we have that. I'm gonna go back for that. It's not here either. Where is the cemetery? That is the closest one actually. It's not here either, I guess. Yeah. What about this? You won't mark the map for this, huh? This is the assassin. Which is where? You won't tell me? Shit, we just gotta explore and find the assassin. Apparently so. No, this is marked. Other one isn't. Where is the deck? It is right there. What do you need for the deck? That is the easiest one. Or the closest one at least. Alright, what do you need? 50 wood. Where do I get that? Where do I get 50 wood? Fuck are you doing exactly? Can I teleport back? Fuel your bonfire to fast travel. This won't let me. Now there are two things we gotta do in the keep. There is the this is not it. Last voyage. The library bullshit.
Didn't expect to see you.
I think I wanna talk to the guy too. The quartermaster, because there's some bullshit is going on with this other guy. Let's do this first and jump down. This place is not empty. Cannot steal anything.
Museum of the Horns of the South, the southernmost keep under Camelot's jurisdiction. My name is Ridderick, and I will be happy to introduce you to the rich history of this fascinating place. A history that began 623 years ago with the first keeper, Sewell Firstfoot. I'd also like to bring your attention to our numerous exhibits that are, as I like to say, inanimate witnesses of the history of the Horns of the South.
Oh, truly? I never expected to hear such a naive question. What do they teach you in those rural schools? Likely nothing, which would explain why Avalon is in such a
Jesus Christ, everybody is an asshole in this game.
For I never refuse access to knowledge to those who wish to expand it. Saras, the flagship of King Arthur's fleet, was an exceptionally impressive construction of oak and ash wood. Unfortunately, it fell victim to rebels. A group of unfortunate individuals, misled by the empty promises of Merlin's apprentice Nimue, dared to seize Saras.
Nimue, huh?
Several smaller vessels also, in a clumsy attempt to return.
Not everybody want to come here. I see.
In the midst of wartime turmoil, on the eve of victory. Naturally, such treason could not go unpunished. King Arthur ordered Merlin to summon a terrible storm that dragged the rebels to the bottom of the sea. He did so to prevent anyone else from following in their footsteps. He wisely believed that returning to their homelands amounted to little more than a romanticized form of extended suicide. Honor and glory to King Arthur for that decision. Had more people followed the rebels' example, Avalon would not have retained enough population to maintain stability and form a functioning society.
Do you mean the document with information about the course, weather, position and speed of the ship, as well as all of the stops and other occurrences kept by the captain or the first mate? More specifically, the document from the bridge of the Andraste, which sank tragically in nearby water.
Yes, dude.
513. Indeed, we have it. Please wait here. Here it is, though I doubt those records will tell you anything, since the weirdness surrounding Avalon made sailing impossible. The knowledge of the precepts of navigation has been forgotten. Oh, no, we know that. You should have mentioned that you're looking for the wreck of the Andraste rather than the logbook. Every keeper knows that the Andraste was swallowed by the ocean. It's near what's currently known as Smuggler's Bay. Here, I'll mark it on your map. It began in the year 542. It is the crowning achievement of a group of keepers who were fascinated with Sewell Firstfoot. It took them years of tremendous effort to finally open an institution devoted to research and education, worthy of commemorating Sewell's great legacy. The first keeper of the museum,
Bro, this museum sucks. What are you talking about?
who was personally appointed by Captain Bera the Black. I don't doubt it, since
Yes, okay, I know that.
sources, we can claim with almost absolute certainty Firstfoot was the first man who ever set foot on the island of Avalon. As you can probably guess, that's where his moniker, Firstfoot, comes from. Sewell was an outstanding commander whose strategic mind, bravery, and charisma contributed to our capture of the South from the Four Dwellers. He was also the founder of the Horns of the South, so I can say with absolute conviction that if it were not for Sewell Firstfoot, we wouldn't even be standing here having this conversation. The museum holds a collection of 72 items of the so-called movable, tangible heritage. The collection includes big and small items that represent the world surrounding the keepers of the Horns of the South from the 1st to the 6th century of the Avalonian era. Here you will find militaria, craft tools, everyday objects, furniture, textiles, coins, religious artifacts. But I'd say exhibits are worthy of your attention. But I could point you to the ones I personally think to be the most notable, or subjectively, of course, the most interesting. Those would be the items that used to belong to Sewell Firstfoot. We have his signal horn and also his boots. Those boots were the first to touch Avalonian soil. What is also worth mentioning is the tableware used by King Arthur himself during his visit to the Horns of the South in the 15th year of the Avalonian era.
Do I have to do this? I don't know.
Yes, it's remarkable, isn't it?
I am expecting like a quest or something in the end, maybe.
Were sewn from 3 pieces of tanned calfskin, tied at the top with a leather strap. The seam goes through the middle of the instep, which is decorated with ornamental embroidery. On the outer side of each shoe, you can find a decorative brass buckle with the motif of the Camelotian bear. It is notable that even after 600 years,
bear,
still excellently preserved, which is unusual considering the high humidity in this area. It means that even the keepers of that time must have realized the historical value of Sewell's boots, and therefore made sure to adequately preserve them. It's a memento of the visit of the legendary Avalon. Impressive, isn't it? The tableware is made of tin coated with silver. It consists of a plate, a bowl, and a chalice. The edges are decorated with the motifs of Camelot, a crown and a bear. However, those ornaments are of visibly low quality. That detail, and the fact that those are the only wares from that time that have survived to this day, leads us to conclude that this set was cast specifically for that occasion, and that it was finished by a person unfamiliar with this kind of craft, perhaps a blacksmith or an armorer. It is indeed an interesting exhibit. The horn was used by Sewell during wartime, not only for signaling, but also for intimidation. It is 50 centimeters long and made of the horn of an ox. It is the color of yellowed bone, with some ash-gray discoloration on the narrow end. It has a brass mouthpiece and silver fittings on its wider side and at the middle. The shape of the fittings suggests that the horn was hanging on a leather strap, which unfortunately has not survived to this day. Really? Do you mean it?
Do you mean
That's really nice to hear. I'm not used to positive feedback.
or any feedback, I guess?
When they've had too much to drink and decided that it'd be fun to come over and start mocking me or touching the exhibits with their greasy fingers. The last person who seemed to actually be interested in the museum was Lady Elaine. We talked a bit about Captain Lex and the trip that ended tragically in the year 5.
Yes, I know, game. I already talked to her.
In The Last Voyage of the Andraste. An interesting read, although I'd say it should be classified as fiction. Lady Elaine thought differently. Apparently she's looking for the wreck of the Andraste. Can you believe that?
I know. Trust me, I know the bullshit.
Oh, that's excellent. I have a lot of respect for that kind of archaeological endeavor, even when it's based on incorrect assumptions with regard to the subject of the research. But if you happen upon any interesting objects during your search, please don't forget about the museum.
Sure, if you can pay something or some bullshit like that. Alright. There's a chest here. It's empty. Is there anything I can steal here? Oh shit, it's going somewhere. What is this? Now this is interesting. Is this just where he lives or something? Don't care about the mug. Fish. Just to be sure that he's not like right around the corner or something. Guess nothing else. Okay. There's this place too. Cool. We need a key. Let's get out of here. I think I'd rather talk to this guy.
I knew we'd have to deal with this sooner or later. Time isn't exactly on our side. Mahon's condition worsens with each passing night. It's hard for me to admit, but nobody, including myself, really knows what's going on. Maybe a fresh perspective is exactly what we need. If you find any clues, follow them. I'm only interested in the details, and ideally, the solutions. Captain Hagen. Well, he was a man driven by pride and a certain disregard for caution. He sent men to explore those old tunnels beneath the keep. Somehow, he got it into his head that there was something valuable down in those tunnels. Treasures, relics, who knows what else. But the truth is, we know what was there. In the age of legends, it was just a hospital. There was some kind of outbreak or plague, and the place was sealed off. Nothing left to find.
Don't tell me. That's not the origin, right?
Yes. It weighs on me more than I'd care to admit. If I could, I'd see them laid to rest. But no captains ever bothered. It seems they thought it was a fool's errand. Maybe not worth the risk. If you're mad enough to try, then by all means, go ahead. Just don't expect any keeper to follow you. I really don't have many.
I don't want you guys to follow me. I'm going to loot that place.
So, thank you. That's between her and the captain. Were it up to me, she'd be long gone. Her presence here distracts my men.
How so?
Excalibur. You want to pull it out? That's a good one. Well, be my guest. If you think you can, go ahead. But unless you're King Arthur reborn, I wouldn't count on it. There are a few retired keepers living there. They might tell you about the good old days if you ask them nicely. There are also some refugees from north of the island, since we had nowhere else to put them. I don't really know much about what's going on in that place. I just make sure they have everything they need, more or less. You can always go see for yourself.
I have, actually.
Bandits, from the weirdness, you name it. I wasn't exaggerating when I said we were the last beacon of hope this far south. For these people, we are. Don't know how many more we can take, but that's a problem for another time. Yes? Why not?
Okay, we have leveled up too. I wanted to talk to him about the documents this other guy wanting. Okay, let's just track this guy. Okay. Fuck is this about? I cannot talk to the quartermaster about it, so who the fuck are you? What are you doing?
You're back. Hi. I told you, Ron is a good guy. And here's a little something for you. You know I pay well.
How much?
Yes? What's the matter, my friend? I understand.
What?
For so many years, I've been afraid to open this.
What the fuck?
But it looks like I needed to read it. Well, it is what it is, right? And I've been wondering why no one wants to talk to me. I thought to myself, are they mad at me or what? But why are you talking to me? How can you see me? Anyway, may the All-Mother bless your path. See you next time.
What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? He's just going to peace out now? No, you're just gonna chill around? Is there anything worth seeing here?
Not exactly. You've already been to Ron's tavern, so you've seen one. But since we're mates now, I suppose I can tell you about something. Listen close.
Do tell.
A few of us had a little gambling ring. Not to brag, but I was quite good at it. The winnings aren't much use to me anymore, so if you're interested, I'll tell you where I stashed
I
it.
have most likely taken them.
Just mind the waves.
Cool.
Ern, Armand, and Richt. Haven't seen them in a long while, so I've no clue what they're up to now. But I'd wager they've got their own stashes hidden somewhere too. Cunning bastards. Oh, yes. Great place, great people. And before I became a keeper, let me put it this way. I've done a lot more for a lot less. Here, you can always have a meal and some kind of shelter above your head.
And that's something, isn't it? Sure, you can make more gold as a leader, but that comes with much more responsibility, my friend.
I kinda like this guy.
And don't let the road wear you down.
Okay. What's this? Rusted short sword. That was interesting. I wasn't expecting it to go that way. I thought he was like a spy or something. Where is this thing? It's actually pretty close. Okay, let's get that thing sorted out then. Actually, we will have to come back to the village, right? Later on to turn all these in. Alright. I think this is the closest one. Technically we just have to look around the place, but okay, let's just go look around the place first. Maybe not, I don't know. It's time to do the actual quest. We have gathered everything we want. Actually, this is kind of a good stopping point, right? Alright, let's stop it here for the YouTube. And then I'm going to continue immediately, since we are playing on Twitch anyways. So yeah, YouTube, I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.